All right, everybody, welcome to SR Broadcasting. Tonight we are here with SoMo Racing League. This is the Portside Jaguar and Land Rover Truck Series. We're in the final round of 8 here at Phoenix. 8 drivers coming in. And 4 drivers will be going out in 2 weeks to Homestead for the championship race. So it should be a pretty good race here tonight. Looks like there's 21 drivers out here tonight so far. You'll see going across the ticker, all of the drivers with the blue numbers are chase drivers here. They'll have blue windshield banners and blue spoilers on the trucks. Well, at least most of them will anyway. And the numbers will be in blue. Trying something a little bit different here tonight. Those of you that aren't really familiar with it, we used to use a program called IRTVO. There's now a program called ATVO. It's been out a while. Kind of messed around with it a little bit here and there. Couldn't really figure it out all that good. And Jason Allison from ibog.co spent some time with me, I don't know, probably 5-6 months ago maybe. Helped me install it, helped me figure out how to get it running and all. And I was sick this week, so I decided to take a shot at making my own overlays. And I kind of started from scratch and learned my way through a little bit. So I'm testing it out here tonight. There's still a few things I need to fix. Obviously on the ticker, you'll see some of the position numbers a little bit close to the driver numbers. So a couple of things I'm going to have to kind of adjust. But I wanted to get it out and give it a try and see how it does here tonight. Anyhow, let's see. Let's go take a look at the weather here tonight. Partly cloudy skies, 78 degrees, track temperature 78, wind speed 2 miles an hour. They are at Phoenix, going to be 125 laps here tonight. There are no fast repairs, so guys are going to have to try and keep their stuff together and make it to the end. The guys who are in the chase, this is the final round for them tonight to lock into the final 4. That'll be in 2 weeks at Phoenix, so should be pretty good. Hopefully be pretty interesting. We'll see if everything does work here tonight. The little guy in the top banner up there with the flag, he'll be changing from green flag, yellow flag, and checkered flag. So that'll give us our state of the track, whether we're on the green, caution, whatever, if it works. Hopefully it does. Excuse me. Like I said, I'm just getting over a cold. Let's go take a look real quick. Right now, Len McNeese, Joe Mitchell, Shane Papala, Adam Baker, Lupa Gonzalez, David Howard Jr., Dash McLaughlin, and Travis Wall are your 8 drivers that are fighting it out tonight for the spot next in 2 weeks. And we've seen some real good long green flag runs. We've seen a lot of good action going on the track. So hopefully we'll keep it together tonight, put on another good show. I see we're down to about 3.5 minutes. Let's take a look at the top 10 right now in time. Travis Wall up in the top. Phil Temples, Joe Mitchell, Scott Sanderson, Adam Baker, Braden Johnson, Lupa Gonzalez, Shane Papala, Mason Clark, Dash McLaughlin are your top 10 drivers here so far. Hopefully the qualified ticker will work and will come up live. I had a little trouble with it. I had it coded and it wasn't working exactly right, so I changed the codes a little bit. And I don't know. I'm not sure if it's supposed to come up. Obviously, it shouldn't come up till qualify. So right now it just shows a blank. So we'll see what it does once we get to qualify. Hopefully that does work. If not, back to the drawing board. But I just wanted to get it out here and do some testing on it and see how it goes, and hopefully I can stick with the ATVO. But I do want to give a shout out to Jason Allison and ibog.co for spending time with me a while back and at least getting me started on it. And hopefully from here on out, I think I got enough figured out where I can keep on going and maybe come up with some good stuff here. So I definitely appreciate it. All right, we're gonna go run with our national anthem, and then we'll be back, hopefully with qualify. All right, we're back here live, so we're just going to wait for the clock to tick down. We got about 20 seconds left, and we should go to qualify. And like I said, hopefully qualify ticker does work. If not, we'll at least put up the top 10 or something, but I'm kind of hoping it will work. But we are here tonight at Phoenix in the Portside Jaguar Land Rover Truck Series, and this is going to be the final round of 8. Should be a pretty interesting time here, I guess you want to say. All right, it is going to work. How do you like that? Let's see who gets out here first. It is single car qualify. Let's go around with the 93 of Scott Sanderson. We'll see what kind of time he is going to put up. Hopefully we'll get the times up and the positions up. They do get 3 laps, single truck qualifying here. So see what kind of time he puts up. Obviously, if you hit the wall, just brush the wall, you do not get scored for that lap. You'll have to go back in and come back out and try it again. We'll see if anybody does not qualify. Well, so far we got times coming in. I don't have positions, but they are lined up on the qualify. Oh, we're starting to get them in now. Here we go. All right. Take a look at Adam Baker sitting in 3rd. Let's go to David Gainforth now in that 101, getting ready to come out and take his first run around here. See a couple things I do need to fix. See David Gainforth in the, I forget, I got to ask him, is he called the Rusty Bubble or the Dirty Bubble? It's a version of the Mr. Bubble. So it looks like right now Philip Temple's got that top spot. Scott Sanderson holding on to 2nd. Adam Baker hanging on to 3rd. Not seeing a time in for 2nd. But he does. Let's see what he's showing here. He's showing a 27.309. Oh, now he's going to pull a 20.163. And David Gainforth right now going to be in 13th. Take a look at Dean Viney in the number 71. Right now, Dean Viney shown in 15th. Who else is out on the track? Let's see. Joe Mitchell right now getting ready to come out and take a lap around here. Joe Mitchell was pretty quick in warm up, and I don't see the 44 Travis Wall out there on the track just yet. And you'll see these guys cutting through that dog leg, and the trucks do get really upset when you go through that dog leg. So, excuse me. Oh man, it's cold. It's almost over, but it's killing me. So let's see. Joe Mitchell gets the number 1 spot so far. So Joe Mitchell going to move up to the top. We'll see when Travis Wall, if he qualifies here tonight, if Travis Wall has anything for it. Tyler Pluffin at 22, finishing up. Lupa Gonzalez also coming down pit road. And I'm not seeing anybody else out on the track. Looks like so far Joe Mitchell going to hang on to that top spot. And we see Joe Mitchell bringing it down pit road. I'm waiting to see if anybody else is going to take the field here. We got 33 seconds left, so I doubt it. Looks like Joe Mitchell probably going to be your number 1 spot here. Len McNeese, Braden Johnson, Dash McLaughlin, Randy Perdue, David Gainforth, Jeff Glockner, Dean Viney. And we have a couple drivers that did not take a time. So we should see a good race here tonight. 125 laps, no fast repairs here at SoMo. Guys got to keep it clean. They got to keep their truck together and hope for a good run. All right, they're getting ready to grid up here. So let's see. We got Joe Mitchell starting in the front. Philip Temples will start second. Third place will be Scott Sanderson. Fourth is Adam Baker. Fifth place is Shane Papala. Sixth place is Tyler Pluff. Seventh is Lupa Gonzalez. Eighth place will be Andrew Melvin. Ninth place is Brian Neff. 10th place is Mason Clark. Starting 11th is Len McNeese. 12th is Braden Johnson. 13th will be Dash McLaughlin. And 14th is Randy Perdue. 15th is David Gainforth. 16th will be Jeff Glockner. 17th is Dean Viney. 18th is Travis Wall. 19th is Paul Buzz Cohen. 20th is Josh Mayu. 21st, and rounding out the field, is Tony Seal. So it should be a decent run. Glad to see most of the stuff is working so far. So it kind of makes me feel a little bit better. So we'll see now. Like I said, the guys in the blue numbers are the guys who are fighting it out. There is supposed to be 8 of them, but only a few drivers did not make it. 4 drivers are going to move on. I believe Adam Baker and Travis Wall are the only 2 drivers right now that are locked in. So regardless of what happens to them tonight, they are going to be in the final 4. So there really is only 2 spots open for the next 6 drivers still in this chase. Excuse me with this. I'm trying not to cough, but man, pace car is in. We're getting ready to fire these boys up and go green here tonight. And we are green. Joe Mitchell with a pretty good run so far, starting this thing off. We we see the 93. Excuse me, Scott Sanderson up in second in the 93. 16 of Philip Temple's back to third. Shane Papala in fourth. And then Adam Baker in fifth. Lupa Gonzalez in sixth. Right there's three chase drivers. Shane Papala, Adam Baker, and Lupa Gonzalez. Adam is locked in, so Shane Papala looking for a good night here. Also, let's see, who else is our chase driver? We have Len McNeese. Len McNeese back here in 11th. And Dash McLaughlin, another chase driver, right behind him in 12th. So looks like Joe Mitchell's out front. 2 laps led so far. He has kind of broken it off with the 93 of Scott Sanderson. They kind of moved ahead of everybody else here. Go back to Shane Papala now, who moves up into third. Adam Baker going to try and take a look underneath the 16 also. Lupa Gonzalez now going to take a look underneath the 16. So these chase drivers are moving to the front early. Back here to number 36, Braden Johnson right now shown in 14. See the 44, Travis Wall sitting in 13. Travis Wall didn't take a time, gonna work his way from the back to the front. But oh, and Travis Wall going around, does he save it? And he starts to, wow, that was a great save right there by Travis. Man, that was a long slide. That was a real good save there by Travis. I was just going to say, too, no matter what happens with Travis here tonight, not really going to make a difference because he is locked in. Not really sure what happened with Shane, but he does drop back to third. Adam Baker in fourth. Lupa Gonzalez in fifth. Go back to Philip Temples right now, sitting in 16th. Philip Temples started second. He is sitting 6th right now. Let's go back to Jeff Glockner. Started 16th. He's fallen back to 18th. Right in front of him is Dean Viney, started 17th. He is hanging on to 17th. Brian Neff started 9th. He's currently sitting 7th. Lupa Gonzalez started 7th. He's got himself up into that top 5. Jump inside with Lupa Gonzalez here. Trying to take a look underneath the 89 of Shane Papala there for third place. Back to Adam Baker right behind Lupa Gonzalez. You see him hit that little dog leg there and cut it. You see how upset that truck gets. We have 11 laps in the books. Final race here in the round of 8. Back to the 55 of Randy Perdue. Randy Perdue right now sitting in 14th. Travis Wall going to try to move back forward again. We saw Travis Wall sliding out a little bit earlier. It does save it. Back here in the number 20, Tony Seal. 19th right now is Jeff Glockner at number 24. And then Paul Buzz Cohen sitting up in 18th. And that number 51 trying to put some pressure on the 71 of Dean Viney. Let's go up here to the 38 of Mason Clark sitting in 7th. And right in front of him is the 60 of Brian Neff. And we have an inside line of trucks. We had an inside line of trucks just a little bit ago. A little bit of a traffic jam there between the 37 of Andrew Melvin, the 22 of Tyler Pluff, the 84 of Len McNeese, 21 of Dash McLaughlin, and the 36 of Braden Johnson. And these guys are just like all around each other. Two chase drivers down on the inside. And there is only 2 spots open for 2 more drivers. So right now, Scott Sanderson does go out to the lead. So Scott Sanderson, excuse me. I wish I had somebody here with me to do some talking for me. Scott Sanderson, 6 laps led. Joe Mitchell now in 2nd. Not really sure what happened. Shane Papala and Lupa Gonzalez now side by side for 3rd and 4th. And Adam Baker right behind, trying to see which one of these guys going to move out of the way. Take a ride inside. Sitting inside with the 60 of Brian Neff. Right in front of him, down on the inside, is the 89 of Shane Papala. On the outside is the 48 of Adam Baker. Looks like I see a little bit of damage on the 89's right front fender there. It looks like Scott Sanderson's got about maybe 2/10 over Joe Mitchell. Joe Mitchell is trying to fight back to get up in the front. And then they have a little ways back, about 3 seconds back to 3rd place Lupa Gonzalez. And then Adam Baker a little further back, chase driver in 5th. Brian Neff now in front of Shane Papala. Shane Papala moves back to 6th. See if we can find anybody on the track here that's pretty close. I guess that's about as close as you can get right there. The 89 pulls right up to the back bumper of the 60 of Brian Neff. Going to try and take that spot here now. It looks like he will take that position. So that's going to move Shane back to 5th. And Brian Neff almost up into the wall. And Joe Mitchell slips back just a little bit, about 6/10 behind Scott Sanderson. Right now, Scott Sanderson out front. Started 3rd. Up in the front, coming to 16 laps led this time by. See the chase driver of Dash McLaughlin in that number 21. He started 13th. He's currently sitting 11th. We go up to the next chase driver, which is Len McNeese. He started 11th and he's up in 9th. So definitely moving in the right direction here for some points, but hopefully these guys will be around at the end and try and grab any of those 2 spots that are going to be left. Len McNeese, at the beginning of this stage in the round of 8, when we were in the round of 12, Len McNeese had to do a win and in to advance. He missed a couple of races and put him way behind in points. Then we go up to the next driver, right now sitting in 5th, started 5th, Shane Papala. He is your next chase driver. And then right in front of him is Adam Baker. Adam Baker is locked in. So right before Adam Baker in 3rd is Lupa Gonzalez. And the way it would sit right now, if the race was to end, it would be Travis Wall, Adam Baker, Lupa Gonzalez, and Shane Papala would be your 4 championship drivers. We do want to mention to you, Shane Papala there in the 89 is the current Portside Jaguar Land Rover Truck Series champion from 2016. He would definitely like to get a back-to-back championship here at SoMo. Right now, Travis Wall and Adam Baker are your 2 drivers locked in. They'll be off next week, and then in 2 weeks, SoMo will be back at Phoenix. And then tomorrow night, right here live, will be the Lazy Days Racing Xfinity Series at SoMo. And we saw, I believe that's the 16 of Philip Temples go up into the wall a little bit. They'll be here for the final round of 8 for 135 laps in the Xfinity Series. And same thing, 8 drivers coming in, 4 drivers will go out. And I believe the 2 drivers that are locked in are Keith Mayato and Adam Baker. So there's only 2 more spots open for that series. And it looks like right now Josh Mayu and Tony Seal have taken their trucks off of the track. So we have 19 drivers still on. Dean Viney is your last truck on the lead lap. And you see the leader starting to close in on him. Dean Viney over at GAC. They've been running Monday nights, the 360 sprint dirt cars. Just raced the other night at USA Speedway. Had a real good race going on there. Take a look at the 37. Andrew Melvin got a little bit of damage on the rear. Right now he's sitting in 14th. David Gainforth right now behind him in 15th, and then the 55 of Randy Perdue in 16th. These three drivers pretty close to each other right here. And Joe Mitchell still up front, about 6/10 back now from Scott Sanderson. Scott Sanderson putting on a good run here tonight. 24 laps led so far, coming up to the first truck. That is the 71 of Dean Viney. He is the first truck that's going to possibly go a lap down here. And you see them cut it down low. And they will take it to the inside. So Dean Viney going to go a lap down. Still early though. That allows Joe Mitchell to close up a little bit. He's about 4/10 behind now. See Joe Mitchell bring it down way low, try to get a little bit of time gained on him, but not really helping all that much. Go back here to the 60 of Brian Neff, the 89 of Shane Papala, and the 16 of Philip Temples. Where they sit right now, Scott Sanderson, Joe Mitchell, Lupa Gonzalez, Adam Baker, Shane Papala, Brian Neff, Philip Temples, Len McNeese, Braden Johnson, Mason Clark rounding out your top 10. Lupa Gonzalez, let's see where he started here tonight. He started 7th, and he's been up in 3rd for quite a while now. Lupa Gonzalez is one of those drivers that you have to watch. He will save those tires and come at you out of nowhere at the end. And then a little ways back is Adam Baker in 4th. And then back in 5th, excuse me, Shane Papala. Probably start seeing some green flag pit stops coming pretty soon. I know they're pretty good on fuel. I just would see the tires start wearing out. We'll take a look at the times. They started out in the 28s. Right now they started out in the 27.5s, 27.6s. Right now they're running into 28.5s. There's about a second drop off. And we are into lap 40, going to lap 41. I say, while we're under green, let's go crank it up a little bit. saw the 93 get a little bit loose there. So Joe Mitchell going to go out to the front. The 93 Scott Sanderson does save it. So Joe Mitchell back out front. Looks like most of the guys are single file. Kind of spread out a little bit here. Jeff Glockner right there in the 24 to 51 of Paul Cohen. Let's go back to our leader, Joe Mitchell. Rover Gonzalez, I tell you, he's hanging on to third. Definitely going to put up a good fight here tonight. See Tyler Pluff in that number 22, sitting in 13th. The 38 of Mason Clark just gets around him. See if he can pull it in a little bit closer to the 21 of Dash McLaughlin. See the 22 of Tyler Pluff bring it down way low. And Scott Sanderson does get back out front, and now here comes Lupa Gonzalez in at number 53 looking to get around Joe Mitchell to take second place. Not able to do it that time. See, Joe gets a good run right there, and then Lupa Gonzalez seemed to close in. Well, the last time he seemed to close in pretty good on exit here, but that time Joe does have a pretty good run out. So right on the back bumper there of Scott Sanderson. Joe gonna go up a little bit higher. Three different lines into that dog leg. Looking right at the nose of the 18 of Joe Mitchell, sitting in second. Oh, and he makes contact with him. And that sends Joe back with some damage on the nose. That's going to let Lupa Gonzalez now going to try and take the lead. Lupa Gonzalez going to move into first. 93 Scott Sanderson going to try and fight back on the inside. And Joe Mitchell with some nose damage. As these guys are side by side right now for first and second, Lupa Gonzalez and Scott Sanderson. I'll tell you what, for the amount of laps on these tires, these guys are doing a great job side by side, giving plenty of room. And you see Scott Sanderson up front, Lupa Gonzalez up front, Scott Sanderson up front. They just keep going back and forth. We're coming to lap 59. Oh man, Lupa Gonzalez up into the wall. A little bit of damage on that front. Scott Sanderson going to go back to the lead. Lupa Gonzalez doesn't have to win it if he can just finish in the top 5 and stay ahead of these other chase drivers that are not locked in. He'll get himself into the next round. I'd be a little nervous right now fighting with Scott back and forth. He could end up in a really bad spot and guarantee himself out of the championship 4. But he's doing a good job. Back to the lead again one more time. So Lupa Gonzalez does get back out front. Scott Sanderson second. Joe Mitchell third. We'll go back a little bit to Adam Baker in fourth. Shane Papala, your other chase driver, in fifth. And Brian Neff, the 16 of Philip Temples, and a lap down truck of Paul Buzz Cohen in at number 51. Then go back to Len McNeese sitting in 8th. He is the next chase driver in the line. And then the 36 of Braden Johnson. Dash McLaughlin, your other chase driver. Been in about that top 10 for a while here now. So not really having a bad night. Still early. Only at lap 64. Len McNeese started 11th. He's back up to 8th. Shane Papala started 5th. Got as high as 3rd. And Ben hanging out in 5th. Adam Baker is locked in. Started 4th. Hanging out in 4th. Joe Mitchell started on the pole. And he's currently sitting 3rd. And then Lupa Gonzalez, your leader, started 7th. He is up in 1st, 7 laps led. He is a chase driver looking for a good finish or a win here tonight to get into that round of 4. We're seeing a couple of guys coming down pit road. 37 of Andrew Melvin, the 101 of David Gameforth, And Joe Mitchell in that 18 coming down. That's one thing I want to add on here is the pit stop timer. Need to figure it out first. Tyler Pluff also coming down. Let's see, Scott Sanderson now coming down pit road. So we're starting to see drivers come down and get some fuel and some tires. Trying to make this in one stop. Good clean stop. Len McNeeson at 84 hitting pit road. And Joe Mitchell back out with a 13.5. Another driver, Tyler Pluff, with a 13.5 pit stop. And the yellow is out. And it looks like Adam Baker. Uh-oh. See if we can see what happened here with Adam Baker. Oh, looked like he just got a bit tight there up into the wall and hard into the inside wall. These guys do get around him, I believe. See him rolling it down to the bottom, trying to get out of the way. That is going to hurt. We'll see Adam Baker coming around to get to the back of the field. We'll see Lupa Gonzalez does lead everybody down pit road. See if anybody stays out. I probably should have got a little closer with the camera there. Excuse me. This is tough. So Lupa Gonzalez, we'll see where he sits coming out of the pits here. Lupa Gonzalez with a 14.4 pit stop. Lupa Gonzalez is going to get out first. Shane Papala looks like he's going to grab second. Wait for them to come around and get scored. So right now, the way it looks, Lupa Gonzalez, your leader. We had 6 lead changes, 1 caution, and 55 laps remaining here at Phoenix. Guys are doing a great job here. That's the first caution, and we've seen some real hard racing going on throughout this whole night. Lupa Gonzalez, Shane Papala, Philip Temples, Brian Neff, Braden Johnson, Dash McLaughlin, Randy Perdue, Joe Mitchell, Adam Baker, and Mason Clark going to be your top 10 here. See a couple of guys going to take the wave around. Lupa Gonzalez does have lane choice here on the restart. So we'll see if Lupa Gonzalez decides to stay down in the inside or take the outside. Shane Papala is going to be up in that front row with him. Then it'll be Philip Temples and Brian Neff in row 2. Braden Johnson, Bass McLaughlin in row 3. So the guys getting their wave around. I believe we're going to be getting ready to go back green here. Lights are out on the pace car. So Lupa Gonzalez does up to take the inside line. Shane Papala on the outside. Philip Temples, Brian Neff in row 2. Braden Johnson and Mason Clark in row 3. Oh, I'm sorry. Dash McLaughlin in row 3. The pace car does turn in. We're going to wait for the flag to drop here. And we're back green. It looks like Shane Papala with a little bit of a better start than Lupa right there. Can he hang on to it going into 1? 2 chase drivers looking for that spot. Side by side, too. Man, they're going to fight it out hard, too, for that top position. Right now, the way they sit, though, those 2 drivers would be in the championship race along with Travis Wall and Adam Baker. Here comes the 60 of Brian Neff, going to try and turn that around a little bit. 36 of Braden Johnson now moves his way up to 4th. Philip Temple's in 5th. Mason Clark in 6th. Brian Neff started 9th, currently sitting 3rd, trying to put some pressure on. Right behind him, 36 of Braden Johnson started 12th, gets himself up to 4th. Mason Clark started 10th, he's sitting 5th. And then our other chase driver, Dash McLaughlin, right now sitting 6th, but getting some pressure from the 16 of Philip Temples. And Joe Mitchell right behind them too. Dash McLaughlin and Joe Mitchell now 6th and 7th. 2 chase drivers trying to get up to the front. Right now, Lupa Gonzalez and Shane Papala running 1st and 2nd. The way it stands right now, if they stay that way, they will be the 2 drivers going ahead. So Joe Mitchell and Dash McLaughlin going to have to do something to get up there and get in front of these drivers, try and get one of those positions. Lupa Gonzalez right now out to about a 4/10 lead on the 89 of Shane Papala. While they fight it out behind them, it's going to let him pull away a bit. The yellow does come out, and looks like we got a little bit of a mess back here. See if we can see what happened here. The 93 and the 16 side by side. Looks like they just made some contact. We see the 93 down low, the 16 up high, but somebody does hit the 93 a couple times. Let's change our view here and see if we can take a better look. It's the wall throws him out. And then, the 84 of Len McNeese gets a piece of that. Oh, man. Not what he wanted. Hopefully he doesn't have too much damage. He can still go on. Yeah, we saw the wall throw him. We see Lupa Gonzalez brought them down pit road. Looks like Shane Papala is going to beat Lupa Gonzalez out, but I think Braden Johnson, Mason Clark, and those guys stayed out. And I think maybe 2-tire stop. I think that's what we're seeing here. So right now, Braden Johnson out front. We're going to swap it over now to Mason Clark. We'll have to see which way they score this. Looks like Braden Johnson, Mason Clark, Shane Papala, Lupa Gonzalez, Brian Neff, Dash McLaughlin, Joe Mitchell, Randy Perdue, Tyler Pluff, and Len McNeese. Gonna round out your top 10. 44 laps remaining. We're under caution number 2. 9 lead changes here tonight. I'm hearing some fuel being saved out there on the track. I ain't gonna say who, but I definitely hear some fuel being saved. Maybe a couple of drivers that'll be cutting it really close here in the fuel. See Jeff Glockner taking the wave around. Braden Johnson going to take the inside on this restart. Mason Clark on the outside. 2 chase drivers, Shane Papala and Lupa Gonzalez in row 2. Dash McLaughlin and Brian Neff in row 3. And then Joe Mitchell and Randy Perdue going to round out row 4. And starting to lose my voice a little bit. At least I'm not coughing into the microphone. Hopefully not too bad for you guys out there. That time of the year. It's awful. All right. Pace car does go in. We're going to wait for the little guy to drop that flag. And the green flag is out. Looks like Mason Clark going to get to the line first. Pretty good run there on the outside. See Braden Johnson drop it down way low. Try and get a run on him here. 89 of Shane Papala right behind him. The 60 of Brian Neff now going to try and look inside, and I think that was Lupa Gonzalez up into the wall. Where is he at? There we go. Yeah, Lupa Gonzalez got stuck into the wall a little bit. That lets the 21 of Dash McLaughlin and I believe almost the 84 of Len McNeese by. We got a fight up here in the front. Mason Clark in that 38 in second. The 89, Shane Papala in third. And 36, Braden Johnson up front. 3 laps led, coming to 4 laps led. 89, Shane Papala going to try and take that spot. Wants that win here tonight and lock himself in. Shane going to move up to second. Brian Neff now going to move up to third. So we got some changing going on up here. Braden Johnson, though, out front. See Randy Perdue on the outside. Tyler Pluff in that number 22 on the inside. Here comes Len McNeese in that 84. Now here comes Joe Mitchell in that 18. Gonna look underneath the 84 of Len McNeese. That's gonna give Len McNeese one spot further back if he can take that spot from him. Wow, the 55 cuts it down pretty low and close right there to the 84. So the 37 right now of Andrew Melvin to the back of the 84 of Len McNeese. Oh, Joe Mitchell up into the wall. Do a good job keeping off him. Does a good job keeping it from bouncing back into the track and wrecking. See Adam Baker back here in 16th. Lots of damage on that truck, but Adam Baker is locked in, so he's kind of just out here for fun right now. Go back up front. Brian Neff in third, Shane Papala second, Braden Johnson up in the lead, 8 laps led, Mason Clark in fourth, and Dash McLaughlin in your top 5. So right now the way it would sit would be Shane Papala, Dash McLaughlin, Travis Wall, and Adam Baker would be moving on. Couple spots back. Excuse me, Dash McLaughlin is in 5th. The next chase driver is Len McNeese. He's in 8th. So things change pretty quick. And we say it's not over till it's over. Go back to Len McNeese right here, sitting in 8th. We've seen Len McNeese get a piece of that last incident. So it might be slowing him down a little bit, but looks like they did a good job putting that truck, taking some of the dents out of it. But he definitely needs to move forward a little bit more if he wants to secure himself a spot. Let's see where the 53 of Lupa Gonzalez is. Man, Lupa Gonzalez, lots of damage on that truck. Sitting back in 11th. See Dash McLaughlin trying to get around the 38 of Mason Clark on the outside. Oh, and he makes contact. And the yellow does come out. Let's go back and see if we can find out how bad. Looks like Dash might have thought he was clear from him. Let's go take one more look here. Looked like he might have thought he was clear. I don't know. It's hard to tell. You go back in both cars and a whole lot different looking each time. I'll tell you what. Let's look from the blimp. That might tell us. Yeah, it looked like Dash might have thought he was clear and brought it down. They made contact. 38. Lots of damage, but great job holding it there. Guys are doing a great job here tonight. So Braden Johnson does stay out. Tyler Pluff stays out. Len McNeese up in the front. Shane Papala coming out of the pits. He'll be scored in fourth. Fresh tires and fuel. Brian Neff in fifth. Randy Perdue in sixth. I think they're going to have a little bit to say to these guys up in the front. Fresh tires. Anybody that runs knows fresh tires are where it's at. Especially counting down the laps this far. So Tyler Bluff started sixth, sitting up in second. Braden Johnson, he started 12th. He is your leader. He's got 15 laps led. Go back to Len McNeese. Len McNeese started 11th. He's currently sitting third. And then Shane Papala, he started 5th. He's sitting in fourth. Let's see where Dean Viney is right now. Dean Viney's sitting in 10th. Dean Viney started 17th, gets himself up to 10th, so definitely moving in the right direction here. All right, lights are out. We're lining up 2 by 2 here. Looks like Braden Johnson going to take the inside line. 2 chase drivers make up row 2. Len McNeese and Shane Papala. Then we go back to the 60 of Brian Neff and Randy Perdue in row 3. And then 2 chase drivers in row 4. Lupa Gonzalez and Dash McLaughlin. You're going to want to watch the 89 and the 53. Those guys are always find their way up to the front at the end. And they're on fresh tires here, so I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how this start goes. And we do see the pace car go in, and we're green. Braden Johnson with a good start. Does get to the line first. Len McNeese going. Oh no, Shane Papala up into the wall. Oh man. Let's go back. I lost the 84. Excuse me. Find the 84 here. The hit just made a slight bit of contact with the 22. The 21 gets into him. The 53. Oh man, a bunch of chase drivers caught up in that one. Oh, that is not good. Yeah, they make the slightest bit of contact. You see the 89 get turned right up into the wall. The 53, the 21. Oh man, Adam Baker up into the fence. Wow. We see Braden Johnson down pit road. And looks like he's got some heavy damages. Brian Neff. I'm sorry, not Braden Johnson. Mason Clark. Braden Johnson does stay out. Brian Neff holding on to second. Randy Perdue in third. Dean Viney up to fourth now. We're under caution number 4. We got 23 laps to go in this race tonight. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Seen Adam Baker in that number 48 all the way up to the fence. Got a lot of guys getting damage fixed right now. A couple guys coming back out. Your closest chase driver is in 6th, and that's the number 84 of Len McNeese. So Len McNeese may find himself in a good spot here. Right behind him, a couple of spots back, is the 21 of Dash McLaughlin and the 53 of Lupa Gonzalez. And we'll see how this times out once they cross the line here. Take a look at our top 10. Braden Johnson, your leader. Brian Neff, second. Randy Perdue, third. Dean Viney sitting in fourth. Andrew Melvin in fifth. Len McNeese in sixth. Lupa Gonzalez, seventh. Dash McLaughlin, eighth. And right now, the way they are is Len McNeese in sixth, your first chase driver. Lupa Gonzalez in seventh, your second chase driver. Eighth, Dash McLaughlin is your other chase driver. And then Shane Papala in ninth. So we have a couple of chase drivers around each other here. Winding the laps down. We need 2 of these drivers that need to be up front other than Travis Wall and Adam Baker. And those should be the 2 drivers that will move on with Travis Wall and Adam Baker. They never know. 60 can come out with the win here tonight. I think that'll be the first win of the season. All right, Braden Johnson going to take the inside. Pressure is on now for these guys with the blue numbers in the chase. Braden Johnson wants a win. I know Brian Neff wants a win, and so do these chase drivers that are behind them that are not locked in. Tonight is the last night that they can lock into Homestead in 2 weeks. They'll be off next week, and then Homestead is the Final Four champion. Pace car does turn in. Back green. Looks like Braden Johnson does get to the line. Ryan Neff on the outside. Almost a little bit of contact between them. Braden Johnson going to take it down low. Here comes a 55 of Randy Perdue. Len McNeese now going to try and take a look underneath the 71 of Dean Viney, move him a little bit closer to the front. Right now he is the first chase driver up there in the top 5. Side by side, the 36 and the 60. Coming to 18 laps to go this time by. See who can hang on to it. I think the 60 does have fresher tires than the 36. So Brian Neff going to go out to the front now. So Brian Neff, your new leader here tonight. Go back to Len McNeese in 5th. Dean Viney. I'm sorry, Len McNeese up to 4th. Dean Viney back to 5th now. Now Lupa Gonzalez in 6th. Right now, the way they would sit, it would be Travis Wall, Adam Baker, Len McNeese, Lupa Gonzalez. see Brian Neff out front leading this one here at the end of the race. Coming to 16 laps to go. He started ninth. Dean Viney and Lupa Gonzalez side by side. Dean Viney in fifth, Lupa Gonzalez in sixth. You see Lupa Gonzalez on the outside, Dean Viney down low. Looks like Lupa Gonzalez taps the wall, but he will have the advantage there. Back to our other chase driver, Shane Papala in seventh. See Braden Johnson in the 36 right now, sitting in second. Brian Neff's got about 5/10 over him, 6/10 over him now, man. Them fresh tires are gonna show. 55, Randy Perdue sitting in third. Let's see where Randy Perdue started out here. Randy Perdue started 14th, currently sitting in third. So Randy Perdue definitely gains a ton of positions here. Len McNeese started 11th, sitting at fourth. Lupa Gonzalez started 7th, was as high as your leader, and he's got 23 laps led till he got caught up in that wreck. Dean Viney started 17th. He's sitting 6th. Got himself all the way up to third. And Tyler Pluff started 6th, and he is currently sitting 8th. Shane Papala is going to try to move into 7th. Just not able to get around him with all that damage. Randy Perdue sitting in third. Brian Neff out front. 9 laps led, coming to 10 laps to go. See if you can keep it together and they can keep it green. See Lupa Gonzalez now closing in on Len McNeese. And right now they are the 2 drivers that are the closest up front. So the way it sits, they both would be going in. So if I was them, I'd be a little bit careful around each other and not wreck each other, because they could go easily from being in to being out. Excuse me. They had a little bit of contact in that last caution, and wasn't really much contact, but a lot of drivers did get caught up in it. Coming to 8 laps to go. Brian Neff out here going to come to lead lap number 12 this time by. Pulling away from second place, has no pressure on him, so he can relax and hit his marks. Randy Perdue in third. About 1.6 back. We go back to Len McNeese in fourth, Lupa Gonzalez in fifth. And like I said, right now, it looks like the way it sits, the 84 of Len McNeese and the 53 Lupa Gonzalez would be your 2 drivers moving on, along with Travis Wall and Adam Baker for the final 4 and 2 weeks in Homestead. Back up front. Look at these guys battling it out now. Two chase drivers. I'd be real careful. Side by side, these guys go. They can go from being in to both being out just that fast. Lupe Gonzalez sliding up just a little bit. Agonizing last 5 laps. And it looks like the only other chase driver a little bit further back is Shane Papala in 9th. And he is being passed right now by Philip Temples. 4 laps to go. Brian Neff out front by about 9/10. So Len McNeese does pull away from Lupe Gonzalez. I think unofficially, though, the way they sit right now would be Len McNeese, Lupe Gonzalez into the Final Four with Travis Wall and Adam Baker. Three laps to go. We'll go up front with our leader. Brian Neff, Braden Johnson, Randy Perdue, Len McNeese, Lupe Gonzalez rounding out the top 5 here. Two laps to go. He's got a real good cushion over second place. He doesn't really have any pressure. He can concentrate on his marks. Final lap. White flag is out. Waiting on that checker flag. And Brian Neff going to take it across the line and win here tonight at Phoenix. Great job there for Brian Neff. I'll tell you, glad this race is over. I don't think my boys can hold up. See the fireworks going off in the background. They are some happy campers out here. Great run here tonight. Brian Neff does come home your winner. 20 laps led. So Brian Neff able to get up to the front, hang on to it. Fresher tires does take him home. We got 13 lead changes and 4 cautions at 125 laps here. Phoenix, and in 2 weeks these guys will go ahead and race it out in Homestead. Travis Wall and Adam Baker, the 44 and the 48, are locked in. We just have to see now which of the 2 chase drivers, if it is going to be Len McNeese and Lupe Gonzalez. Those were the 2 drivers that were the closest up front. So let's see if we can't get a word in with Randy Perdue, if I can talk. See if I can find Randy. Hey, Randy Perdue, this is Paul up in the booth. You got a copy? Randy Perdue. Randy Perdue, Paul up in the booth. You got a copy?
I do, Paul. Good evening.
Hey, man, good run out there, brother. You started 14th. You finished 3rd. How was the truck feeling out there for you on that track?
Yeah, I like the way it handled. It handled really well. A little tight. Could have stood to be just a little bit more free. But other than that, it was really good. Just kind of try to take it easy on it all race long and see where it fell. And it looks like a little bit of luck on my side. I did well.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. Started 14th, taking home third. We seen some hard racing going on. Obviously, only 4 cautions tonight, so definitely a lot of strategy involved, man. Looked pretty good out there. We seen you coming up pretty strong there at the end, able to save it and keep it together, man, for a third place finish. That's definitely a great run here. Phoenix for me isn't a good track, so see you guys do good like this, man, is definitely a testament to your driving.
I appreciate that. The places like Phoenix like this, I seem to do well. I can't tell you why. I don't know why. It suits my driving style, I suppose, but it seems I do well at these types of tracks.
Oh, it's awesome, man. Next week the trucks are off, and then the following week will be Homestead for the final four. Obviously, you're not in the chase in the championship round in the chase there, but how you feel about Homestead? You think you might have a win there for the last race of the season?
Ooh, I don't know about a win. If I have a little luck like tonight, I might pull off a good podium finish or something like that. But I don't know if I can win it. But I like Homestead. It another one that kind of suits me well.
Yeah, hopefully we have a good race here, man. I can't believe we're getting down to the end of the season. You had a pretty good run here this season. Great run here tonight. Started 14th, man. Battled your way up to a third place finish. So congratulations on that, man. And before we let you get out of here, man, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Just you guys in the booth and everybody that puts this on, and Quality Repair Services and ProjectForHope.org. If y'all look that up, there's a mission trip I went on here a month or so ago. A group helping fatherless families in Guatemala. It's a really nice deal. Check it out.
Yeah, we were just looking on. I was just reading it on your hood, man. Definitely good. Good to see. We do a lot of missions in our church here where I'm at too, man. So it's good to see people stepping out of the box and helping others, man. And if you, like you say, go take a look, see if there's anything you're interested in. All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on your third place finish, and we'll see you in 2 weeks at Homestead.
All right. Thank you very much. Y'all have a great evening.
All righty. All right, that was Randy Perdue. We're going to see if we can get a word in with Braden Johnson here. And I believe he's already left the track, but let me see if I can grab a hold of him. Oh, almost had him. Hey, Braden Johnson, Paul up in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4.
Hey, man, good run here, man. You started 12th. You take it home second. We seen you battling it out, man. You look pretty strong. You got up into first there, led some laps, man. How was it out there?
It was awesome. I mean, I didn't know what to expect because the first laps I ran of Phoenix was actually in this practice today when the lobby opened up. And I didn't know what to expect. And, man, that great green flag run at the beginning, it was just amazing. I was happy. I wish I would have pitted a little bit, or I wish I would have pitted later in that run, and then that last caution didn't come out. But, man, great racing, great respect on the track, great communication. It was awesome out there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you look good, man. You got 23 laps led. We watch you out there. I wasn't sure on, not the last caution, but the one before that. Did you come in and get right side tires only, or did you stay out? Because I kind of missed it.
I think I stayed out.
Yeah, we weren't sure. Yeah, we weren't sure if you stayed out or went in. I thought maybe you might have went in and got right side tires, and those guys behind you came out with fresh tires. But I'll tell you what, you definitely held on to your position there for a long time, even on older tires. You made it really hard for them to get around. And still to come out of here with a second place finish, man. At this track, for me, is tough. So to see you come out here in a second place finish after starting 12th, man, is a great run here for you.
Oh, and absolutely. And I got to give a shout out to Brian Neff for nailing it down and making it happen. And a shout out to all the SoMo racers in this league that, you know, it's hard to have these green flag runs like we do. You know, we went, what, 50 something laps for the first green flag run. I mean, that's amazing. A lot of respect out on the track, and I really enjoy running here.
Yeah, and you would think now, with this being the last round of 8 and in 2 weeks at Homestead, the final championship round, you think it'd be like mayhem out there because a lot of guys were fighting for 2 spots. There's only 2 spots open for some of these chase drivers, and it's amazing to see the last couple of months, man, the amount of green flag runs that have been going on here at SoMo. So that's definitely a testament to you guys. And, we know you're a new driver here, but you're definitely a strong driver. It looks like you'll do pretty good here next season. If you keep running the way you're running, you should find yourself into a couple of these chases at the end of next season, man. So good to see it, bro.
Hey, thanks for having me, and I can't wait for next season.
I can't wait either, but I can wait. You know what I mean? It goes too fast, man. But before we let you get out here and celebrate, anybody you want to give a shout out to on your side?
Absolutely. My aunt, my uncle, Tyler Pluff, Andrew Melvin, Mason Clark, and you for giving a good broadcast that I'm about to watch to celebrate my finish here. I mean, also thanks to everybody in the league. Y'all do great. I enjoy running here. Can't wait to be here for next season and see where we end up stacking up.
All right, awesome, man. Well, congratulations on that run here tonight. I know it's not a win, but you started 12th. You take it home second, 23 laps led, man. Definitely nothing to be ashamed of. That's a real good run here, man. So we'll see you in 2 weeks at Homestead.
10-4, thank you.
All right, that was Braden Johnson. Let's get, excuse me, a word in with Brian Neff before I die. Let me see, where is Brian? Here he is. All right, Mr. Brian Neff, you got a copy.
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Good, man. How you doing, bro? You started 9th, 20 laps led. You put it together there at the end and take home the win, man. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, man, it took forever to win one over here.
Yeah, we were saying that in the broadcast tonight, man. I said I kind of thought this would be your first win here of the season, but, man, I'll tell you what, you did it at the right time. And 20 laps led, man. You those fresher tires definitely helped you, but you had a good truck anyway.
Yeah, tires helped me, and I didn't have to take fuels from halfway. The fuel worked out. We only needed one stop, and I can't think of his name. I think it's Brendan or Braden. He had older tires.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job holding his own there for a while on those older tires, man. But we just kind of had a feeling that if it stayed green, those fresher tires would definitely prevail.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I won one finally. I've been trying and trying.
I know it's tough, man. I don't have one this year in the Lazy Days Racing Cup Series, so I know the feeling, man. If I could pull one off before the season's over, I'd definitely be happy. But I think that's going to be a long shot. I think I'd have a better chance of, I don't know, something else happening than that. But definitely a good run, though, man. It looks strong out there. How the track feel? Do you feel pretty decent?
Yeah, the track was good. It kind of seemed like you could change your line and maintain your control of the truck pretty good. It was slowing down. It had a little bit of a push, but if you changed your line, you could work some of that out of it. I was really hoping to have a really good race with Shane there at the end. We were together most of the race, and I really thought it was going to come down to me and him and that last caution.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. A bunch of chase drivers got caught up in that and changed the outcome of the race dramatically, man. But, you'll have that. But still, 125 laps here, only 4 cautions and hard racing all the way through, man. Definitely a great run tonight.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy. Like I said, been working really hard to get this win over here. got great competition. Everybody's clean. Everybody races clean. You can race hard. I'm just really having a good time over here.
Awesome, bro. Well, 2 weeks we'll be at Homestead. They'll be off next week. 2 weeks we'll be in Homestead, and maybe you can back it up with another win there in the final race of the season.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to next season now. So all this hard work this season hopefully pays off for me next season.
Yeah, absolutely, man. If you keep running like you are, you'll definitely find yourself in a couple of the chases next season, and that's when it really gets fun. All right, bro. We're going to let you get out of here, but before we do, is anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I'd just like to say thanks to Portside Jaguar and Land Rover for sponsoring the series, for you for broadcasting. I really enjoy watching the broadcast when it's all over. My teammate Ron Henry, he's out in Vegas winning money. I guess we both won this week, so hope to be here next week doing some good work.
Yeah, definitely going to be a lot of fun, man. Hopefully you enjoyed the broadcast. I got a little bit of a cough. I'm still getting over this cold, so hopefully I wasn't too annoying out there for the people watching. But congratulations, man, on getting that first win here tonight. And go celebrate, man, and we'll see you in 2 weeks at Homestead.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
All righty. All right, that was your winner. Brian Neff comes out of here leading 20 laps, puts it together at the end, man. So congratulations to Brian on that run. We've seen some real good racing going on here tonight. Lots of fun, man. Lots of fun. All right, let's go over the results, the summary here first. Brian Neff, your winner. We had 13 lead changes, 4 cautions, 17 caution laps. We were at Phoenix for the final round of 8. We not really sure unofficially who's going on with Travis Wall and the 48 of Adam Baker. Right now, the way it looks, it could be the 84 of Len McNeese and the 53 of Lupe Gonzalez, but until the points are up, that's just speculation. But a great run here tonight by these guys. So tomorrow night, tune in here for the Lazy Days Racing Xfinity Series with SoMo, and they'll be doing the same thing for 135 laps, final round of 8. See if these guys can have a run like they did here tonight, and see who are going to be the 4 going over. Don't mind the few mistakes I got going on here in the overlay. Got some things to work on, but I'm glad I was able to get it done in time and do some testing, and hopefully with my coughing and my little bit of cold isn't too much. Don't really want to bother anything, but anyhow, there we go. See, let's go over the results, and then I'm going to get up on out of here. All right, finishing first is Brian Neff, getting his first win here tonight at SoMo in the Portside Jaguar Land Rover Truck Series. Braden Johnson with a real strong run here tonight will finish second. Randy Perdue gets her done in third. Len McNeese, one of the top chase drivers, finishing fourth. Lupe Gonzalez, the next chase driver, he's going to finish in fifth. Sixth is Tyler Pluff, and that number 22, Dean Viney, will finish seventh. Philip Temple's really strong here tonight, also finishes 8th. Shane Papala, unfortunately, will finish 9th after leading a bunch of laps. David Gameforth will finish 10th. 11th is Andrew Melvin. 12th place, the 21 of Dash McLaughlin, a chase driver, getting caught up in that in the end. Paul Buzz Cohen at number 51. He'll finish 13th. 14th will be Adam Baker. Adam Baker does move on. He has a win from last week, so he does lock in. He will be in the championship 4. 38, Mason Clark will finish 15th. Jeff Glockner will finish 16th. Joe Mitchell, 31 laps down, unfortunately. Heavy damages. He'll finish 17th. Scott Sanderson will finish 18th. Scott Sanderson was having a great run there in the beginning. Finishing 19th is the 44 of Travis Wall. He also will move on to the final 4 in 2 weeks. Travis Wall was locked in. He had the first win in a round of 8. And then finishing 20th is Tony Seal. And that's going to do it for us tonight. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. And we'll be back here, tomorrow night, 8:45, hopefully. And we'll be here with the Lazy Days Racing Xfinity Series for 135 laps. So if you want to come watch a good race, come tune in. I'll try and get some of this stuff fixed for tomorrow night and come back out and test it again. But we do appreciate you tuning in. And have a good night, everybody. We'll see you then.